Hey everyone, welcome back to ChaatNChat. My name is Josh.
My name is Miguel.
And we are watching DEVDAS. This is part 3, so if you have not watched part 1 or part 2, we're going to put the link in the description below this video, and then you can join us back here for part 3. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing, sharing, and like button पर थप्पड़ मारो.
अगर दान पुण्य इसी तरह से चलता रहा ना तो बहुत जल्दी हवेली की तिजोरी पे कौवे बैठने लगेंगे.
तुम्हारी बात बिल्कुल सच है कुमोद, पर मैं माँ को कैसे रोक सकता हूँ? तिजोरी की चाबियां तुम्हारे पास? माँ कब से ढूंढ रही थी. लाओ मैं. कुमोद.
This guy has no spine.
Yep.
तिजोरी की चाबियां खो गई हैं.
और तिजोरी में से सारी दौलत भी गायब हो गई है.
Oh, hey there. What was that you were just planning?
अरे देवर जी, आप और ये शराब. आपको इस हवेली की इज्जत का कोई ख्याल है या नहीं? लोग क्या कहेंगे?
चाबियां चुराते वक्त आपने ये नहीं सोचा कि लोग क्या कहेंगे?
एक बात मैं कह देती हूँ, चाबियां तो मैं किसी हालत में किसी को नहीं दूंगी.
चाबियां तो आप देंगी आज ही.
इतनी कमजोर भी मत समझिए देवर जी. मैं भी ठाकुरों के खानदान की हूँ. इससे बड़ी बड़ी तिजोरियां देखी हैं हमने अपनी हवेली में.
पर इस हवेली का पागलपन कहाँ देखा आपने?
Oh, dude,
He's gonna light her on fire.
Yeah, she needs to get put in her place.
मैं अपने हिस्से की दौलत जला रहा हूँ. तुम चाहो तो अपना हिस्सा बचा लो. सिर्फ चाबियां.
वो तो तुम्हें मिलने से रही.
Is it something you're gonna die over, girl?
करने दो इसे जो करना चाहता है. मैं ऐसी झूठी धमकियों से नहीं डरती.
Empty threats? I don't know. Look at his eyes.
You're the one doused in alcohol.
ये तो सच में हवेली को आग लगा रहा है. अरे कोई छोड़ को बुला.
चाबियां दे दो कुमोद. चाबियां दे दो, वो पागल हो गया है.
Oh yeah, he's gonna light the house down. Oh, is she gonna tell a different story?
तिजोरी की चाबियां ढूंढ रही थी ना, है ना? मैंने देवर जी के पास देखी. बोले चाबियां तो मैं नहीं दूंगा, वरना मैं हवेली को जला के राख कर दूंगा.
She's gonna slap the hell out of him. Yep.
हम सब तुम्हारी बर्बादी में जिम्मेदार हैं. इसके पहले कि तुम्हें हम और बर्बाद करें, यह हवेली छोड़ दो देव.
बाबूजी ने कहा गाँव छोड़ दो. सबने कहा पारो को छोड़ दो. पारो ने कहा शराब छोड़ दो. आज तुमने कह दिया हवेली छोड़ दो.
Man, his life is going up in flames.
Yeah.
माँ, इस हवेली के किसी हिस्से पर मेरा कोई हक नहीं, पर मैं तुम्हारा हिस्सा हूँ और ये हक मुझसे कोई नहीं छीन सकता. तुम भी नहीं.
He didn't even try to defend himself because he's like, if you can believe that I'm that type of person,
Yeah.
then there's
exactly.
no sense in trying to even tell
Well,
you otherwise.
and yeah, and she's easily manipulated,
Very
particularly
easily.
by that sister-in-law.
The daughter-in-law. Yeah.
Daughter-in-law.
तो क्या तुम वहाँ जाओगी जहाँ दिन के उजाले में भी जाने से लोग बदनाम हो जाते हैं?
क्या वहाँ हवाएं नहीं चलती? क्या उन बदनाम गलियों में सूरज की रोशनी नहीं पहुँचती?
पार्वती ठीक कह रही है माँ. और फिर सुभद्रा की भी तो यही इच्छा थी. हम महेंद्र से अभी कह देते हैं, वो आपके जाने की सारी तैयारी कर देगा.
देवदास तवाइफ के कोठे पर रहता है.
Yeah, his reputation already spread that far.
देव बाबू के बारे में पूछ रही है.
फिर तो जरूर पारो ही होगी. चंद्रमुखी. चंद्रमुखी नाम है ना तुम्हारा?
लोग तो देवदासी भी कहते हैं.
Oh, she's playing this.
कितनी अजीब बात है. एक तवाइफ जोगन बन गई.
अजीब बात तो है. एक ठकुराइन तवाइफ की चौखट पर आ गई.
देव कहाँ है?
6 महीने हो गए. इन आंखों ने उन्हें नहीं देखा.
Oh, wow. So after he left the house.
और हम आपको देव बाबू नहीं दे सकते.
पर हम उन्हें यहाँ से लेकर ही जाएंगे.
Dude, she came out swinging.
देखो, उस जलते हुए दिए की रोशनी में है देव बाबू. उस बिस्तर की सिलवटों में भी है।
Wow, these ladies are crazy for this guy.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's like obsession. And it blinds them in a way that they don't see anything but him.
तसल्ली हुई कि देव अब इस दुनिया में अकेले नहीं रहे। दुर्गा पूजा की इच्छा रखती हूँ, तुम्हारे आंगन की मिट्टी चाहती हूँ, इजाजत है?
They found a
Common.
She's like, oh, someone's just as over the head heels as I am for this guy.
Or maybe a little nuts. They joined in their craziness.
चंद्रमुखी?
Oh.
पार्वती, कौन आया है तुमसे मिलने?
जी ये चंद्रमुखी है, हमारी सहेली, कलकत्ते से आई है।
She's
Covering.
yeah, but the mustache dude's gonna blow the cover.
काली बाबू चलिए, शतरंज की बाजी अधूरी है।
असली शतरंज तो यहाँ पर बिछी है मुनीम।
Yup.
अब तो एक चाल चलूंगा और चारों खाने चित।
Man, they're all playing checkers and he's playing chess over here.
हम उनके लिए तूफान और वो हमारे लिए छत।
This guy's just wasting away. It's very sad.
नमस्कार पंडित जी।
नमस्कार।
आप श्राद्ध की विधि जानते हैं?
बिल्कुल जानते हैं।
श्राद्ध करवाएंगे?
अवश्य करवाएंगे। सिर्फ स्वर्गस्थ का नाम बताइए।
देवदास बखन।
Whoa.
श्राद्ध करवाइए ना पंडित जी।
राम 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 राम।
लक्ष्मीकांत वर।
नहीं बेटा,
Is he going to...
ये क्या पागलपन लगा रखा है? वापस आ मेरे पे लगे।
Women troubles drowning him. Meanwhile, the ladies found a way to party.
Yeah.
Like, he's feeling sorry for himself, and the girls are finding a way.
They're finding a way, making the best of it.
Yeah, every number so far has just been very visually pleasing.
Yeah.
Oh yes, we have to see how this guy's plot unfolds.
वाह बड़ी माँ वाह, ये जश्न भी क्या खूब रंग लाया है। एक ठकुराइन और एक तवायफ, दोनों को साथ साथ लाया है। क्यों सासू माँ?
And then they're like, how do you
You
know,
know.
sir?
चुप क्यों हो तुम? जवाब दो।
शर्मिंदा हैं? तमाशा शुरू तुमने किया था, खत्म हमने कर दिया।
नहीं काली बाबू, अगर आप कर सकते तमाशा तो तवायफों की जरूरत ही क्या थी? उस बाजार में एक कोठा आपका भी होता।
Yup.
तवायफ के कोठे पर रोशनी होती है तो ठाकुरों की वजह से। कभी सोचा है काली बाबू कि उन्हीं कोठों पर किसी तवायफ से तुम्हारी बहन पैदा हुई है?
Yeah, you tell him, girl.
तुम तो
Yeah.
अपनी बेटी के कोठे पर भी।
Oh yeah. She's like, I know your type. Boom! Right back at you. I'm glad she stood her ground.
Yeah.
And her catching the dude's arm.
That was
is
pretty
just
good.
Yeah. It's like, dude, I know your type. You're so predictable.
Yeah.
चंद्रमुखी की बात हमने सारे गांव के सामने कह दी। गलती हो गई। हमने आपकी और देवदास की दोस्ती की बात सिर्फ आपके पति और बड़ी माँ से कह दी है। आपको कान खींचने की रस्म पसंद थी ना? हमें नाक काटने की।
Just push him downstairs right there.
Yeah.
आज हम ये जानना चाहते हैं कि
देवदास कौन है? वो हमारा प्यार भी है और गुरूर भी।
जानती हो तुम क्या कह रही हो पार्वती?
जो उस रात आपने हमसे कहा था,
वही।
पर हम सुभद्रा को कभी नहीं भुला सकते।
सुभद्रा हमारी पत्नी थी।
सुभद्रा आपका पहला प्यार था और देवदास हमारा। और
पार्वती, तुम भूल रही हो कि तुम इस हवेली की ठकुराइन।
आप जो भी सजा देना चाहे, हमें मंजूर होगी।
सजा तो तुम्हें जरूर मिलेगी पार्वती।
Wow.
आज के बाद तुम इस हवेली की चौखट के बाहर कभी कदम नहीं रखोगी।
Oh, she just got turned into a prisoner.
फिक्र करे हम अंजाम की यारो, आओ जाम से जाम टकराए.
He is drinking himself again. Wow. They're like chugging whiskey.
And it's interesting. Again, it's very different for the guys versus the women and how they deal with the situation.
You know, you could turn this movie into a drinking movie where every time you see someone break a bottle or a glass, you have to take a shot.
Oh, wow. You'd be as drunk as them, probably.
Yeah, by the end of the movie, for sure. It'd be interesting to go back through this and count how many times they break a glass or a bottle.
वक्त किसी भी घड़ी बेरहम हो सकता है. जितना हो सके उन्हें खुश रखने की कोशिश कीजिए.
पारो से मिली थी.
How is he gonna take that?
इश्क अगर इंसान का रूप ले ले तो उसका दिल और चेहरा बिल्कुल पारो जैसा होगा. सब उसी को चाहते हैं.
और तुमसे कोई प्यार नहीं करता सिवाय मेरे.
What? Okay. How long has she waited to hear that?
Long time. She was trembling.
And she can actually touch him now. Progress.
Mm-hmm.
यहाँ से जाने की इजाजत नहीं.
तुम नहीं जानते तुम्हें क्या हुआ है.
तुम जानती हो पर मैं भुगत रहा हूँ.
तो फिर
खुद से मिलना चाहता हूँ.
He's got to get back on track.
मैं तुम्हारी आंखों में अपनी जिंदगी बुझते हुए नहीं देख सकता.
But it might be easier with help, dude.
Yeah.
तुम गए नहीं धर्म.
नहीं, तुझे अकेला छोड़कर मैं कहीं नहीं जाने वाला.
Wow, traveling in train in style. Look at that room.
एक बूंद शराब की पीना तो
मर जाऊंगा. अपने कंपार्टमेंट में जाके सो जाओ धर्म. और जाने से पहले ये बत्तियां बुझा देना.
हाँ, बुझा दूंगा. और कल सुबह तुझे डॉक्टर के पास ले जाऊंगा.
गुड नाइट धर्मदा.
गुड नाइट.
What a stubborn guy he is.
And he's gonna get off the train so he can't be followed.
धर्मदा, तुम फिर आ गए.
Nope.
चुन्नी बाबू.
अरे बंधु केमन आছেন? बताओ बंधु, कहाँ थे, कैसे थे और कैसे हो?
ठीक हूँ. और ये बताइए आप कैसे?
बादल की सवारी ले ली है, सो उड़ रहे हैं, घूम रहे हैं.
This is bad news.
Bet he brought some liquor with him.
बहुत दिनों बाद मिले. आओ जरा महफिल सजाते हैं. Cheers. ये लो.
Is he gonna take it? He's gonna die.
नहीं बाबू, अब मैं शराब नहीं पीता.
क्यों, किसी ने अपने सर की कसम दी है क्या? दोस्ती की कसम ही रख लो. इतने दिनों बाद मिले हो, क्यों ना इस घड़ी को रंगीन बना दें. फिर कल हम रहे ना रहे, मिले ना मिले.
Oh, there he goes. Dude, oh, stoking the flames. He's playing with fire. Yeah, he's going, like, told you not to drink and you drink.
फिर तुमने शराब क्यों पी? तुम जानते थे फिर भी?
दोस्ती की कसम रख ली ना चुन्नी को. जिंदगी की शुरुआत स से की. स से सुबह, स से स्वागत, स से सुकून.
स से सूरज होता है, स से संगीत, स से सुर, स से साज, स से साथ.
Well, you might as well be on your deathbed now.
Yep.
I think his prophecy is going to come true, drinking himself to death, right?
Yeah.
It's basically what he promised.
मैं वादा कर मरने से पहले एक बार तुम्हारी चौखट पर जरूर आऊं.
मुझे छूकर कसम खा.
He's gonna fulfill his her.
He's gonna go die on her doorstep.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of messed up.
Yeah.
हाँ बाबूजी।
Oh, I get it. His life starting to flash before his eyes on his way towards death. Okay.
Yeah, he's reliving everything. Some of the
लो बाबू, पहुंच गया मानिकपुर। सूरज उगने से पहले पहुंचा दिया आपको। हैं? ए बाबूजी।
Is he gone?
बाबूजी।
No, not yet.
बाहर इतनी भीड़ कैसी?
क्या पता मालकिन, रात से कोई परदेसी पड़ा है वहाँ पर, शायद अपनी आखिरी सांसें गिन रहा है।
भगवान उसकी आत्मा को शांति दे।
She doesn't remember his promise?
Well, I don't think she thinks that he would be on his deathbed. Yeah, they have a connection that transcends just, the physical. I mean, he's there in spirit.
बाहर आदमी कौन पड़ा है?
आपके ही गांव का कोई देवदास मुखर्जी है।
Now she might be thinking, well, if he's on my doorstep, it might be me. That he's on his deathbed.
छोटी माँ रुकिए! रुकिए छोटी माँ! रुकिए छोटी माँ! छोटी माँ!
Yeah, she must definitely understand that he's probably on his... He's dying.
देखो ये हवेली की चौखट पार न कर पाए।
But see, how would he feel if there was the same situation of his first love? I don't get how he does not get that.
I guess he probably thinks it's different because his passed away. So he must feel like he's in the clear.
Oh, her footsteps from the very first time.
Yeah, she's a prisoner, man. This is jailbreak. Not quite, girl. Oh, the flame went out. I wonder if that was a tattoo to be Paro, because it said Dave on his arm, and then like dash, and then Pa for Paro, maybe?
She said I have completed tattoo.
Yeah, so I'm guessing the Pa was for Pero. Oh, wow. That was a bit of a longer one, but it was beautiful.
Yeah, very, very beautiful, very stylish, very artistic.
Pops of colors, this color, that color, always popping.
Yeah, bloody footsteps, red footsteps, and things like that. All very artistic expressions of various concepts.
So how many pani puri out of 10 would you rate it?
I'm going to give it an 8.
Hey.
I'm going to give it an 8. I'm struggling a little bit with the story. I think there's lots of cultural overtones that I just don't understand. And so maybe if I understood those a bit more, I would rate it a little higher. There were lots of things that I just couldn't get past why individuals wouldn't understand, and I couldn't apply it to themselves and think about it from their own perspective about, would I allow someone to do what I'm doing to this person, to me? It's that sort of thing. And again, I couldn't understand all the dynamics going back and forth. The story is huge. It's very complex and it's very overarching. It was a rough movie for me.
So I'm also going to rate it an 8. because I thought the acting was really good. I thought the design of it overall was really good. I wasn't such a big fan of the story, but here's the thing. You have to take it for the period it was in.
Right.
And also cultural aspects, which you mentioned that maybe it wasn't aligning with what you were expecting. So the period that we're in, back then, it was very much about society and structure and, you know, having your place and all about even America and Europe in those times. It was still marrying for status.
Right. And wealth.
Because, I mean, one of the biggest ones, you can see it, I think, on Disney Plus or something, the Hamilton with Lin-Manuel. I mean, all of that was he didn't marry the woman that he wanted to marry because she knew that he didn't have much wealth and she needed to marry up because she didn't have any brothers.
Right.
So she needed to get the status for her family. So she married up or she had to marry up. So, but they were actually in love. So even our culture back then was very much like that.
Yeah.
Right. So if you put this into perspective, you can kind of maybe start to align a little bit closer with it. But then also within Indian culture, your parents, their respect and like abiding by their rules and listening to them and needing their blessings was everything. And for the mom, she heard the daughter-in-law getting in her ear about all of this stuff and reiterating like, oh, you know, they're beneath you and all that sort of stuff. So it gets in your head and then you start thinking,
well, in reality, she was just using that to get what she wanted. So yeah.
But like, I think she was starting to be okay with it. But then as soon as she started seeing how people would react, then she's like, oh no, I need to put them in their place because they're not our equal.
Right.
And they put on this big show, which I thought was completely messed up. That was so insane.
That was very...
To lure them into a trap,
right.
To make them believe, and she knew what she was doing. She lured them into a trap to make the mom believe that she was going to marry the two together. And then dropped it like a bomb and said, oh, yeah, you're crazy. Why would I get my son married to your daughter?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you might... Oh yeah, it was just so
but then
cruel.
It also then blew up in her face too because she got her cards read, as they often say.
Yeah, and her son died alone and unhappy and drunk.
Yeah,
and it's just so sad.
Family destroyed itself.
Yeah. On the other hand, I mean, I do know that this is like that romantic drama and all that sort of stuff, and we have them too. I just couldn't get over the idea of somebody, and this happens, it's true, and I'm not knocking the film for this because I know this is reality and it's true, that people get so overworked over things and they allow themselves to be driven by indulgences like liquor or drugs, and they just go down this path because they feel like that it's helping them not feel anything. And they do it so destructively that they start warping their minds and they think that this is the only path available for them until it kills them.
One element there that kind of struck me was his love for her was so strong and so over the top, and the struggle and desire for that and all the things working against him were so strong that was, I think, the only way that he could have gone. It had to be something as equally all-consuming and all-destructive for him in order to not. In other words, he couldn't have just said, well, I'm just going to go on with my life and just kind of live a normal life, because the other side would have just been too strong for him. So he literally needed something so strong in order to overcome it, or at least compete almost on par with it.
Yeah, and I think being driven to his friend, that when he was driven out of the house and he went to his friend and found these indulgences with him.
Gentlemen's clubs.
Yeah, but it's like he showed him a life of not caring and all that sort of
Right.
stuff. Like, oh, dude, like, come on, man. I don't even think about women. All I got in my life are like dancers and booze. That's all you need, really.
Well, and he says, I have money, I have this, I have that, and so I don't care about the love thing.
Yeah.
And so in a way, I think that was the hook.
It was a tragic ending. I kind of felt like as he was boozing himself to death, I'm like, there's no way this is going to end happy.
It can't end happy. It just, and it wasn't going to end happy for him, and it wasn't going to end happy for Paro either.
Yeah, that's just a sad. And the gate's closing. I mean,
Yeah,
she's a prisoner. She's never leaving.
Yeah.
She's never getting out. Wow. What a tragic story. But I wanted to reiterate, I thought the acting was amazing and the design of it was beautiful. The camera angles, the visuals, how it was framed, the composition of each and every shot. I mean, this is one of the reasons why we wanted to watch a movie of his. It's just what we saw in the trailer of Heramundi.
Yeah.
And this is exactly that. It was definitely worth a watch for that.
Yeah.
And the acting was really good. And you have now seen Aishwarya Rai, got to see her beautiful eyes.
She's beautiful all the way around.
Yeah.
And her eyes
Yeah,
definitely
you know
are
who I
unique.
compare her to in Hollywood? And I think that they could be like double role Angelina Jolie. Like, see them, put a picture of them side by side, and like the lips and all that, like in the facial shape and stuff. Thank you for the suggestion. It was a very interesting watch. And it's interesting to go back, you know, that far with Shah Rukh Khan and seeing this sort of role, because we've seen him in a few different roles, but never one like this yet. So this was interesting. And but you guys let us know what you think in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? I don't know.
What
Like,
other things did we miss?
Yeah. What would you rate it? I'm very interested. I love hearing what your guys' ratings would be. So if you could put them in the comments below, that would be awesome, because I love reading all of them. And
He does read all of them.
और अगर अब तक नहीं किया, सब्सक्राइब करो, शेयर करो और लाइक बटन पर थप्पड़ मारो.